Hi, my name is Emma. This is Emma Rose in Books. I make videos about writing, indie publishing and reading. And today I thought I'd do a bit of a life update for you. I was going to make this video anyway. This was always scheduled in for this week. Well, not always, but this has been scheduled in for a while. Because particularly over the last 3 months, I've been working on a lot of things, and my sort of business decisions, writing decisions have been moving about as I try different things, and I'd decided to take a bit of a new direction, and I just wanted to have a bit of a chat basically about the things I was working on. But then obviously in the last week everything has completely changed, so it's even more relevant to sit and have a bit of a chat with you guys. Do let me know in the comments how you are. Are you alright? And are you, particularly if you're a creative or an indie writer, you know, are you managing to get some work done? You know, let's just have a little bit of a friendly, positive chat in the comments. Yeah, so things have been pretty crazy for me, because I feel like I finally got my head around the direction I want to take this business in. I had loads and loads of ideas, and yeah, I'll give you a bit of an overview. Basically, I brought my book out, Milk, in October 2018, and I'd quit my teaching job to do that. So things had massively changed, and I was getting my head around how I was going to do things, and how to do all this, and kind of the aftermath of bringing a book out and looking at sales and then selling opportunities and working on the next book and all this stuff. At that time, I was working 2 days a week. So my mother-in-law had my youngest for 2 days, and those are school days, because my 2 elder children, I would have them home once school was finished. So yeah, that was all I could manage. So I wasn't managing to make a great deal of progress with anything, but I was, you know, keeping on trucking with it all. And then I brought Lily the Limpet out with Evgenia, who did the illustrations, brought that out in September last year. And I had at that point done a few events, like what I could manage, but I'd done like a couple of parenting events, not a whole lot else. I'd had a launch for Milk, but I'd probably only done like 3 or 4 events. When Lily came out, I was very keen on doing as many events as I could. So I did the Milton Keynes Breastfeeding Festival, I did another few parenting events, I did some craft fairs, I was trying to get out there as much as I could, and I was doing way more, which was really helping with sales. I was enjoying it, you know, it was good. And that kind of led me up to December. And I had a whole load of stuff go on kind of over the winter basically, but largely in like November, December, that life was kind of quite challenging. And so I kind of lost my mojo a bit, you know. Although I felt like things moving somewhere, I was like, oh, I lost it again. So then when New Year came around, I was like, right, let's do this. There were a few changes that enabled me to do that. One was that my youngest started nursery. So having her out a couple of days a week, plus my mother-in-law was still having her 1 day a week, meant I could work for 4 days a week. It's a huge change in the amount of stuff I could do. So therefore the amount of things I could organise, the kind of behind the scenes work that I could do. Yeah, huge change in terms of having more time. I pushed for all sorts of things, like getting my book into bookshops, getting my book into libraries, booking more events. And I was also really keen on starting to do school visits, which was something I'd actually had in the pipeline since sort of October, November last year. But it was only, I think I launched it end of January, beginning of February. So I'd put loads of work into kind of all the research behind all of that. Then I started contacting schools. And then I launched that, and that was really exciting. I did loads of school visits around World Book Day, and I was like, right, this feels like, because I'm an ex-teacher, this is really comfortable. I really like doing this. I can push this. I've got loads of ideas for how I can work with schools and the kind of things that I can offer. And I'd been working on an adult contemporary fantasy, and I'd done the first draft, a first edit, kind of an overall read-through of how things were, and then I was onto the rewrite. And I'd been working on that since spring last year, and I'd reached a bit of a, oh, I'm bored with this project. So I thought, you know what, let's just park that for a couple of months, because I'm fed up with it and I need a bit of space from it to have some ideas and stuff. And let's work on another children's book that I'd had an idea for, which would help with being able to be in schools, gives me another book to talk about, because obviously I only have one children's book. Yeah, and a whole new angle, and so I had this idea for a children's book that I was going to work on. I've been working on it probably for about 3 weeks. So I've done a draft of the text, and I decided I wanted to do my own illustrations. So I've been working on sketches and ideas and trying stuff out, and because I really love being creative like that. And although I adore Evgenia's work and I want to work with her again, this was a little project, a one-off that I want to do by myself, just because I have like the whole vision in my head of what I want this book to be like. And if it doesn't work, similarly to with Lily, if it doesn't work out, then I'll see if I can get an illustrator to work with me. But at the moment, I'm really keen on trying to do it myself. So that was where I was at, and I was going to do a bit of a life update, kind of saying, look, you know, I've been really pushing things because I've had double the amount of work time, and I've been pushing my books into loads more places and doing more events and doing these school workshops, and this is, I'm going to run with this. I'm going to do a children's book, and then hopefully the adults book will come out sort of maybe autumn this year, maybe, depending on how rewrites go with that. And then I was, you know, I was like, right, I'm doing this. And the other side of things was that where I was getting really fed up with writing the adults book, and I was just trying to put it off all the time. You know, when it takes you like all day to get around to actually doing your work. So it was taking me forever because I was doing so much procrastination, because my heart wasn't in it. Whereas as soon as I started working on this children's book, I was spending so much more time doing it because I was really keen to work on it. And that's how I want to feel creatively. And so I was really excited about this new project. The dog just walked and scared the living daylights out of me. Hello, Johnny. All right, don't wag your tail against the radiator. Yeah, so as I say, I was just feeling kind of creatively excited again, and in terms of my business, it seemed like a really good direction to go in, because children's books can be a bit of an easier sell in that people like buying them as gifts for children, and if it's something that looks really beautiful, or I just think it was, for me, having Lily the Limpet available made it, because I think Milk is quite niche, it just gave me a whole new angle and a whole new excitement. And then, as I say, having another children's picture book was like, yeah, I can go to this event and that event and get involved in this and do that, and I was just so excited. I'm like, oh, and I've got more time, and I'm spending my days illustrating, and I'm working on all this creative stuff, and my book's in all these places, and everything just felt like I'm ramping up and this is so exciting. And that was what I was going to update you on, was, okay, I've changed direction, I'm not doing this adults book anymore because I'm really excited about this new project. And then, so, obviously, you know, different countries got different guidelines, but I've got the kids at home. So in the UK, the schools have closed. Clearly, I'm not a key worker. If I was still a teacher, I would be. Yeah, so we've got the kids at home, which is lovely, actually, but on the other hand means that I have very limited time to work. So my husband is self-employed, which does help because he can work from home, so we can balance the kids so that every day I get a little bit of time to do what I need to do. That's really, really helpful. But compared to what I was doing, it's just massively decreased my time, and being able to kind of sit here and do sketches and stuff and be able to get my head in that space as well, and that I can hear the kids around and all that, it's not as easy. And so there's that. There's also the fact that obviously all the events and all the things, it's all up in the air. I've had a few things that I haven't been able to do, and also there's not really any point in me pushing myself forward for any events, because, you know, I can't contact schools to ask if they want an author in, because of course they don't want an author in, and, you know, there's no like craft fair type thing, like tabletop sale kind of things. There's no author events, so there's a guy with the delivery. Is it for my house? I don't think so. It is for my house. So where was I? Yeah, so obviously, as I was saying, events have been cancelled and I can't put myself forward for events or like put myself out there saying that I'm available because, you know, nobody's, we're not allowed out. I mean, you know, but even if that were not the case, people certainly wouldn't be looking for like external people. Yeah, it's just not going to happen for a while. So it's very frustrating because I was in that headspace ready to push myself to make certain sides of my business more viable, and I was excited about taking various different angles and seeing what happened and what worked and being able to get out and do stuff like, as I say, going to events, going in schools. It was really nice being in schools again. Yeah, and just being like creatively excited rather than bored editing. So yeah, at the moment, because the kids are here, and I've got 3 children, the youngest is 2, so it's not as if I can give them something to do and work, because the 2-year-old can't do that. So yeah, I'm fortunate in that my husband's self-employed, so he's at home, so I can get a little bit of time and we can kind of juggle things between us. So hopefully I will be able to continue on a little bit, but certainly not with the amount of time, the 4 days a week. I mean, and obviously even that wasn't full days, that was school days, but being able to work 4 out of 7 days was great, and being able to have that time alone so that I could just get myself into the headspace I needed, and all those silly things like having the right music on and not being distracted, and like, I know all of this stuff is really tiny annoyances compared to what an awful lot of people are having to deal with at the moment. So as I say, it really is more just frustrating. It's frustrating when you've got yourself in that place that you're like, yes, I can do this, and I'm going to push myself to do this and take opportunities, and feeling like you're going in a direction and then it's just gone is just frustrating. But, you know, hopefully that will all pick up again, you know, and in the meantime I can continue to work on the projects I've got, and I have a few ideas for what I can do in the meantime anyway, but it's just time is really tricky, as I say, because I've got to homeschool kids now, so yeah, which is fun, but yeah, so yeah, it's just a life update really, that I was going to be doing things and working on a new project that was going to be out in August and this, that and the other, and now I have no idea, because yeah, I'm probably only going to get like little snippets of time here and there where I can get away from the kids and do work. So, but hopefully I will still be pushing forward with another children's book, because that is what's interesting me at the moment, and I'm having a lot of fun with doing a bit of artwork again because I love doing it, and it's been a while really, so yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's my life update. Basically, we're just both working from home and looking after the kids, and you know, taking care of everything, of, you know, making sure that we stay happy, stay safe, and yeah, as I say, I know that all these things that I've talked about are minor frustrations. But nonetheless, it's just annoying more than anything else. So if you are out there dealing with far more stressful and worrying things, then sending you my absolute best wishes, and yeah, hoping you're all right now, and yeah. So anyway, like I said, let me know how you're getting on. Do like this video if you did enjoy it. Consider subscribing if you are new to this channel, and look after yourselves. I will see you all soon for another video. Take care.